My people, welcome back to your favorite You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. This week, my people, she is so beautiful, she's so talented, and she's a fake African. Stay tuned. All right, my people, welcome. This week we have Alison WANDZURA.
Hello.
Yes, let's talk about your name first and foremost. Where do you get an African name from? WANDZURA. WANDZURA sounds very, very like from my neighborhood.
It's very exotic, and a lot of people actually assume it's an African name.
Until they see you.
Yeah, it sounds a lot more fun to me if I can say it's African, but it's actually Ukrainian. It's for the pierogi people.
So you're originally from Ukraine?
Well, my family is, my grandparents come from Ukraine, and then they moved to Saskatchewan, and so my family comes from the Saskatchewan Slavic farming community.
Very nice. So then how do you escape them and come into acting?
Oh boy, well, I can't escape the farm life. I was never actually put to work on a farm. I grew up in Calgary, so I kind of have always had a big city lifestyle. And I'm the only person to ever leave my clan in the prairie provinces and move out to the West Coast. So there's no other, besides my older brother who followed me a few years ago, there's no other Wandzuras out here.
Wow, so you're like a pioneer.
We're a pioneer on the West Coast.
Pathfinder.
That's right. Yeah.
So, and this is your older brother.
Yeah.
You're an inspiration to your older brother.
I like to think of it that way.
Wow, that's so amazing. And so you're in a the highly anticipated TV series Van Helsing. How did that happen?
Well, it was through the traditional route, you know, like as actors, we get a notice from our agent, you have to go to an audition, and we all line up and go in and do our thing and, you know, do our preparation, and then we go in and we try to forget it ever happened, because 9 times out of 10 you don't get the role. You just go home and you don't hear from them. You know, and it's not like any other job where you have an interview and you may be able to call and say, so, or follow up and say, did I get the job? You just, they don't call you, you don't hear ever again. So, and once in a while you get the job, and I got the job. So I did an audition and I got a role.
So in which mood did you go into the audition? Did you go into the audition thinking, okay, this is my role, they better give it to me?
I went into the audition thinking these pants are very tight, because I wore like these black leather pants, and I thought, oh, these are too tight. That's all I could think about when I went into the audition. You know, we wear like certain outfits for certain types of shows. So I remember thinking, okay, it's a vampire show, so we have to wear like kind of like black, sexy vampire or something. So I wore the black pants and the like dark makeup, and then I got the part. And then I actually go on the show to work. And if you see a clip of what we actually look like on the show, it's the opposite of this. It's like, I would go to work, I get up in the morning, you know, no makeup, no hair, I go to work, and they make you look worse. Like worse than when you got up. So they like mess your hair up, dirt all over the face, and so I was mistaken. I thought it was gonna be like a glamorous kind of vampire show, and it's actually very grungy, dirty.
How fun is it when you're beautiful in natural life to go on a TV show and then become ugly, I suppose?
Well,
a little bit.
And I do want to point out that my character was the dirtiest character.
Okay.
If you watch the show, there's a bunch of refugees that travel together, and for some reason, I have like 50% more dirt on my face than everybody else. If you watch, you'll see. I don't know why. I guess like my makeup artist just wanted to put some extra dirt on me. But I'm the dirtiest person.
Yeah.
And you know, it's actually pretty liberating as an actor, because so much of our job is like, what do you look like? You know, it's like the eyeshadow perfect, and are you properly powdered? And to go there and just look basically like hell is kind of liberating, because nobody's worried about what we're looking like. We all know we look terrible.
Yeah.
So it was actually pretty freeing as an actor, because then you can just focus on the work. You just focus on the character, you focus on the situation, and nobody's like checking like, oh, my eyelash is out of place or whatever. You know, This is great.
And so doesn't that kind of positively affect your life, because You always look better in real life?
Oh yeah, I would go, you know, one time I went, like we would film downtown here in the old post office building, and I remember going to Robson Street because I had to return something, and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have time to take this off. So I went in, dirt everywhere, and I had like some dirt on my face still, and I just went out in public like that, and I just got used to it. And so then when I actually took the dirt off, I'm like, oh, I look so nice. Just with nothing, you know? It's all relative.
Yeah.
If you're used to seeing your face smucked in dirt, then just to have nothing actually looks good. Right?
And what about the people, like your friends or secret admirers?
Well, my friends and family didn't recognize me. Like when I show them the picture,
Yeah.
they're like, oh. And if you see on TV, like, I don't know, some people might not even recognize it.
Yeah.
We're so different. We look so different.
What about like guys, like if you have a boyfriend, you know, and then when he sees that, what's the reaction?
I think he's like, oh, it's like having a new girlfriend. It's like a really dirty girlfriend. I don't know. You know, I'm lucky that my fiance likes the natural look. You know, so he doesn't encourage me to like dress up and wear a bunch of makeup anyway. So yeah, it works out okay.
Wow. But the idea of somebody so beautiful to accept to, you know, you just had to say yes to that.
You know, I've never really, if you look at the roles that I've played and the jobs that I've had as an actor, I don't tend to get cast in roles where I get to look very nice. 75% of the roles I play, I'm in a power suit, always a suit, you know, like hair pulled back sometimes a very severe look, because I tend to play characters that are authoritative. I enjoy playing strong characters, and I get cast in those characters, but for some reason, they don't seem to think that those characters will look very feminine in a way sometimes. So I remember going on set one time, I played a bride it was a Hallmark movie, and they actually put all this makeup on me and like fake eyelashes and like lipstick, and I just remember thinking, I have to enjoy this because I don't know if I'll ever get to wear the makeup again like this, because I generally don't. If you look at all my roles, I'm not usually, there's no makeover happening.
I see. All right, my people, we'll take a short break and we'll come back and keep talking about this. You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're back with the beautiful WANDZURA in real life. You know what? I think we're going to show a small clip of the Van Helsing, so people can have an idea. And I'm warning people that there will be some blood in the clip. So if you're not like a bloody type of person,
then go get a snack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
But the rest of us, let's see how it looks like.
Why are you here? I don't remember.
You don't remember? You don't want to tell me.
Why? Where am I?
You were an animal last night. Plus, you got bit by one of them and nothing happened. Not yet, anyway. Maybe you're still gonna turn. Who knows?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Normal people don't react like that, so what does that make you, huh? Seriously, what?
Back off.
What? Look what happened to Karen. People are dying here because of you.
I have a daughter, Dylan. That's all I know or care about.
I'm sorry, but we've all lost a lot while you've been here sleeping.
My people, do you see that?
So dirty.
So
much
scary
blood.
too.
So much blood.
What is so amazing, because you're such a great actress in real life, you're fun and laid back and so funny, and this is a sign of how much of a great actress you are.
Thank you.
You know?
Well, I often play roles that are very intense. You know, it's funny. Like people who know me, they're like, why don't they like give you roles that are super fun or like friendly or nice people? But I wish I could say I usually play roles that are nicer than this, but I would be lying. Usually kind of play,
Well, you're a great
play the bad
actress,
girl. Oh,
because
thank you.
otherwise you'd be playing yourself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that gets boring after a while, right?
You know?
Just always doing yourself.
So what is Van Helsing about, and what is, you know, you're playing a key character, so what is it about?
It is a world where the vampires have taken over, and the group that I'm part of, the ensemble.
So who are vampires? Like who?
I guess in this story, the vampires have always been like under the surface, and they've been waiting for the right moment where they could gain power. And it happened through a natural disaster. It was like a volcano, and all of a sudden there's an immense amount of ash in the atmosphere, and it covers the sun. So as most people know about vampires, they can come out when there's no sun. So there's none of this, and they are able to surface. And so they've taken the power from the humans. And the group that I'm part of, the refugees, we'll call them, they are just trying to survive. They're trying to hide from the vampires and figure out how to live in this world now. So we're basically hiding. We're holed up in a hospital trying to just get to the next day. Mm-hmm. And that's what the situation is. And our lead actress, Kelly Overton, who's an incredible actress and a wonderful person, she plays Vanessa Helsing, and it's a character where if she bites a vampire, they can turn back into a human. Wow. So usually it's like if the vampire bites you, you become a vampire. Yeah. But in the case of Kelly's character, she's a human, or what is she really? When she bites a vampire, they turn back into a human, which is kind of an interesting
Where does she
twist.
have to bite them? Because I know the vampires, they will bite you over here.
This is the traditional zone around here, but we get creative. I think she could like bite them in the foot and they'd probably turn into a human. Yeah.
Wow. So what are you playing?
So I'm one of the refugees, and we work as a team. It's an ensemble. Like, it's a great group, the actors I got to work with, which was great because there was maybe 8 of us that got to work together all the time. And I'm one of the fighters of the vampires who's trying to survive. And my character, like, you might have got a little impression from that clip there of what type of personality she is. And in any group with a story, they try to have, the more innocent person that needs help. They try to have, the person that is always trying to be positive. And then they have my character, who's always like got a problem with like everything, and she like doesn't like anything. And it's an interesting character to play because she's not happy. She's definitely got a chip on her shoulder, as they say. And it's actually interesting to see the reaction from the audience. I don't know, I'm getting better at social media, and we're all working on our Twitter feeds and our profiles, and I was learning about looking up hashtags. So I looked up hashtag Van Helsing while the episode's airing, and I'm like, I hope some people are like saying nice things about my character. So I'm looking through, and it's like, who is this blonde lady? She needs to die. Or that manipulative snake. I can't stand this blonde lady. I'm like, I guess that's what happens when you play somebody who's not very nice.
I think you'll have like a much longer life on that because, it's better that people notice you and that they even have strong feelings about you.
They have very strong negative feelings. You're like, we all as humans, we're like, I want people to like me, right? But I think it's okay. It's okay. You're right. If they have a strong reaction, I should appreciate
They'll have a strong reaction, so they will keep watching, even though they may hate it.
Yeah.
But they still want to see what
they like to hate me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And what kind of training? So what did you train into hating?
Well, I grew up in my family, and there was quite a I had, how do I describe our situation when I was growing up? My parents divorced at a very early age, and when I was very young, and the situation in my household was like people were very free-flowing with their anxiety or their angst towards each other sometimes, and I think I kind of absorbed a little bit of what that looks like when people have a lot of conflict. So that's probably why I naturally am able to believably play these types of characters. And of course I've done a lot of work on myself and stuff to let this go in my real life. Yeah. But it's good that you can still, they always say, actors, it's hard to find one that had a very nice kind of perfect childhood because we use these things.
You use the bad things to bring it out the things.
Exactly. So we almost think of our weakness as a strength. It becomes a strength in your craft.
All right, my people, we'll take a short break. Your weaknesses are your strength. Stay tuned. You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're back with Alison WANDZURA.
I like how you say it. I like it.
Does it have a meaning in Ukrainian?
Somebody told me it's actually a small town in Ukraine. Oh. I haven't been able to find it on Google Maps, but I guess it's there.
Oh.
It's probably like, 2 cows and a couple farmers.
I see. So I think we're going to show people another clip of yours.
Oh.
Show them something else that you have done, and then we'll talk about it. I think it's one of those spicy roles too that you have talked about. Just a short one to see.
Okay, sure.
It's sort of a new program. It's hush hush. This is a non-disclosure agreement.
Working with what?
It's not what. It's who. Their last session in the milk bath was 36 hours, but we hope to beat that. Every time we take them out, we miss another murder.
Or do you want to put them in for longer?
The decision has been made.
How much longer?
For Lucky, 60 years.
They're just kids.
No one likes it, Mr. Wallace, but 3 lives in exchange for how many thousands? I'll give you the day to think about it.
My people, powerful.
Again, such a nice person. This one does experiments on children.
Okay.
In a power suit, see what I mean about the power suit, right? It's always like the authority.
Yes. How did you enjoy working on that project?
Well, that was pretty fun, and I kept thinking, how is this going to look when they finally do it? Because there was nothing on that thing that I'm reading off of, and when I got to touch the glass and all those special effects happen and stuff, when you're doing it, it's not happening. So I just wanted to watch it back, and I think they did a really good job. It looks really cool. It's like really high tech.
That is so true, because when you're playing in a futuristic movie, you don't get all the gadgets.
No.
You have to wait for it in post-production.
Yeah, exactly. So you're pretending to read things that aren't there, and it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you also have working on a story which is directed by Kyra Sidgwick.
Yes.
And it's her directorial debut. How is that?
That was such a gift, that job. That was, every time you walk into an audition room, you don't know what to expect. It's like, it could be like you feel like you should go home, like they don't want you there, or it could be like they feel like you're best friends. And so I walked in there, and to meet Kyra, she's just the warmest. I've never had an audition like that. She was so warm, and she made me feel so welcome and like appreciated. She appreciated the work. Even though she's seeing maybe 50 auditions that day, each person, she made them feel so appreciated. And I did the scene, and she got up and gave me a hug. And I thought, okay, I'm hugging Kyra Sedgwick. This is pretty cool. So maybe that was a welcome to the show hug, because I got the job. But just working with her, what a powerful, but yet so kind. What an amazing person she was to work with, and truly an inspiration. She's got such a great career as an actress, and now to be stepping into the director chair is really inspiring for me.
So do you find the difference when you're working with somebody who has been an actress and she knows what actors goes through, and now on the other side, like, do you see the difference between,
Yes, you do. You definitely do. And a lot of our directors come from a more technical background. They've worked as directors of photography, so they're used to being behind the camera, maybe not so much shaping the story in terms of the acting. So sometimes when you get a director like that, they do beautiful shots. They're technically brilliant, but they don't speak to you in the way that an actor might, and they don't quite use the same shorthand or lingo. So when you get a director that has been an actress or an actor, it's like we speak the same language. They have to say not very much, and we understand what they're saying, which was great, yeah.
Very nice. And then you also have, you'll be appearing in The Magician.
Yeah. I'm excited.
What is that about?
I am really excited about this. No more mean roles. This is a fun role.
Oh.
So it's a character that's a little bit naughty, and she decides to have a little bit of fun, and there's some dancing involved.
Oh.
And I've never ever danced on a TV show or been paid to dance. and we had a choreographer on set who worked with Michael Jackson.
No
He's like telling us
way.
about when he knew Michael, and anyway, he taught us a few moves, and I can't wait to see this because it's gonna be pretty funny, I think.
Wow, so you'll be,
I'm actually dancing on the show.
oh my goodness.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's probably like the most fun thing I've done in a long time as an actor.
Nice, very nice. And then also Rogue, I've seen some of major Rogue people in
Yeah,
Vancouver, the
right.
VIFF. How
Yeah.
did that go?
Rogue is such a great show because there's so many really great Vancouver actors on it, and it's a lot of detectives involved. So for me, it's an obvious fit because some of my friends, they call me Detective WANDZURA. Just like built my career on cop and detective roles. That's what I do the easiest, I think. It's easy for me to do that, so I play a detective on that show, which is it's fun, but it's also fun to get to do something different, like the dancing I'm gonna do on The Magicians. I'm so excited about that.
How is it going on a show that's already popular, that has some big names already, and then you're coming in? Like, how is that, the adjustment?
Well, it's exciting when you know that it's such a big force. It's like they've got a big following, and it's just really cool to drop in and be part of that. And funny enough, like some of the experiences I've had with star actors, like, you know, the big actors, they're from LA, they're some of the leads of the show. Some of them are really great, just down-to-earth people. And I always think of my experience on a show called Fringe. There was I think it was a Fox show here called Fringe, a sci-fi show. And it was one of my first jobs in Vancouver, and I was a body double of the lead actress. And I came onto set, I was so nervous, I didn't want to like do anything wrong. And this girl turns to me, this beautiful actress, Anna Torv, who was the lead, and she's like, "Alison, thank you so much for coming." You know, and I was like, "Is she talking to me?" And she was just so lovely and such a nice person and made me feel so welcome. And I always thought, okay, when I get to this level in my career, I'm gonna do what she did. So sometimes it could be amazing to work with those top tier actors.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then the funny thing that I read about you is that when you were young, you actually used to put on a puppet show?
Yes, I tried to explore different mediums for expressing my storytelling impulses. Puppet shows, creating commercials, just like anybody who would like watch something, I will like do something for them, you know. So we did a lot of puppet shows. Me and my brothers, neither of who are actors now. They're not actors now. I forced them into it.
All right, my people, we'll just take a short break and come back and keep talking. You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show. All right, my people, we're back. It's going to be very short. We're running out of time. I like that you have done an independent project, the Singer Sisters. What was that about and how did that happen? I mean, do you even have time to do your own projects, your own independent projects?
I probably didn't sleep very much during that time,
Okay.
but I think it was important. I think it was important to do because we got to write it ourselves, we produced it, and it's about two sisters. One is an actress, and I played the actress, and she doesn't want to act anymore, and she's been acting since she was a child, and her sister is her agent, and she's trying to force her to actually get facial reconstructive surgery so she like looks prettier so she can be get this job. And we thought that was a good thing to do because in this industry, how much of it is like, you know, you need to do this to your face, do this to your face, be what they want you to look like. And we thought, we're gonna do a story and make fun of it because we don't like that aspect of the industry. So it was pretty funny.
So they try to get you to change your face?
Well, yeah, like there is pressure. There's definitely pressure people have to look younger, like especially a female demographic. It's like, how young can you look for how long? And I always think like we're not models, we're storytellers, we're actors, we're the vessel, we're representing all kinds of people. So why do we have to look like we're on a cover of a magazine? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to me. And that's why we wanted to make a movie about it.
Well, very nice that you also have time to do independent projects. So we all just have a few seconds. Do you have something that you can advise young people who eventually want to grow up and be like you? What would be the advice that you may give them?
Don't do it, no. Okay, do it, but like buckle up and be ready for a long ride because it's a long, slow climb. And you got to put in a lot of work and find something else in your life that makes you happy, that you're passionate about, because if you're just focusing on this, it can be very tiring and disappointing. So just have something else in your life that you love, and then when your acting success happens, it'll just be a little bonus.
All right,
Yeah.
my people. Okay, so you heard Alison WANDZURA. Do it, but only if you're passionate about it, because it's hard and it takes time. And then have something else that you also love, right? Thank you for being here, my people.